Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are back to watch the finale of Season 2 of Loki, probably the series finale, I'm guessing. I saw some headlines that they hadn't planned for a third season, so I doubt we'll get a third season. If we only get two, I am happy with that. Last episode of Loki ended in an exciting fashion, but also like a scary fashion. It was kind of like the end of Infinity War, where everyone's just getting dusted, except Loki harnesses his ability to essentially travel through time, and he says, "I'm going to change the story," and then he disappears. And so who knows how far back he's going? What is he going to change? I'm very, very curious to see what happens. So before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or by joining YouTube memberships. Those are linked down below. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, let's watch the series finale of Loki. Just straight to the logo. Or is it going to go backwards? Oh, that's so good.
Okay.
Is he going to get transported back into his body? Like, is he bringing his consciousness back, or is he gonna disappear and then okay, I was like is another physical person gonna pop up? But no, it's just him. Yeah, big oof.
It's over.
What do we do?
We didn't want to stop him from running out there.
We took too long.
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
Get in, get suited up.
When those doors open, get down the gangway as fast as you can. Load the multiplier, hit the green button, launch it, and get back, okay?
Go.
Let's go faster this time.
Time to be brave. This time.
How far down the... No, same distance. Okay.
Well, what's happened in my... We're this minute. I know right now you're hurt and you're angry, but we need your help in finishing the throughput multiplier faster.
I know you're hurt and you're angry.
Again.
Again.
Damn, he doesn't even get out that door now. Oh, progress. Oh my god, the way it shows it melt off his bones.
This device, plus the throughput multiplier, will make the rings bigger.
Loki,
Give that back to the professor.
Okay, guys, you gotta listen to him. Clearly something's going on.
Obi, how long will it take me to know everything that you know about mechanics, physics, and engineering?
Decades.
How much do you know?
None.
Well, let's start at the beginning then.
Start at the
We don't
beginning.
have time for this. Okay, it's better if we walk
Casey's
along.
like, let's start at the beginning.
Decades.
Centuries.
Well, he's gonna pull a Doctor Strange. Centuries later, oh my god.
Look.
Access denied.
Your turn. I'll take those. Thank you.
Thank you.
When you're ready. And go.
It's like the practiced efficiency of like a retail employee,
You'll need those.
Thank you, sir.
or like a guide on
have to move fast.
a ride.
What's the first step? Trip hazard.
Right thumb, left knee, fix me.
One last thing.
Yes.
Taking too
Whatever
much
you
time
do,
now.
Do not set the multiplier down, or it will roll off the gangway. Okay? Don't forget. Be brave.
He's giving him all the info, every possible thing that could have gone wrong.
Better watch out, OB. Looks like
Someone's coming for your job. That's right. I'm a-coming. OB, watch your back. Casey.
He's been doing this for centuries.
Access denied. Password accepted.
Here we go.
Hang on. This all seems a bit rushed.
It is. Keep on trucking, boy. You got it. That's so far away.
That's it. One step at a time. Be brave. You're being so brave.
It's so calming. You're doing great, buddy. Keep it up. Keep your eyes on the prize. If you keep moving, everything will go great.
Well done.
It's like a self-help video. Don't put it down. Don't put it down. It'll roll off.
Victor, what did I tell you? Do not put the multiplier down. It will roll off the gangway.
I think everything, even if they get everything perfect, it's still not enough time.
Hit the button. It can be a little sticky.
Hey, here we go. Okay, now turn around.
Knock him back. Quick. Get back. Get back.
This is the farthest they've made it. He doesn't have the energy to go back.
Go, 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 go. Go.
Oh, he's got hope. After centuries. Slow closing door, baby. Oh, he made it.
You did it.
Wait,
What?
these readings.
Was it still not enough?
But there's just too many branches.
You have to improve Timely's prototype.
You can't scale for infinite. Trying to divide by 0.
You need someone to prune. TVA's got to prune timelines.
As soon as the timeline started branching, this was doomed to happen.
Yep, you screwed up, Sylvie. Oh, he's gonna go back and stop her from killing He Who Remains.
Stop. Stop. I felt what you feel.
You cannot kill him. You must not follow through. It all ends if you do. I know this sounds strange. I've seen it. I know it.
He's from the future, Sylvie.
Get out of my way.
I won't.
That is
You've been seduced by a throne.
hand raw
The
on the
last thing I
titties.
want is a throne. Sylvie, stop! Sylvie, stop!
If you want to stop me, you'll have to kill me.
She's a better fighter than you.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to fucking kill me!
Hear me out.
If you want me to stop, you'll have to kill me. If you want to stop me, you'll have to kill me.
He doesn't want to kill you.
Why do you never try to stop her? Fight back. Do something.
He could if he wanted to. He could so easily just stop her.
So, how many times have you been at this?
A lot.
Don't worry, lover boy. She's okay. But she is an eyeline a little bit, so why don't we just,
Jesus. He's so good.
Oh, kiddo, did you really think I was just gonna sit back and let her kill me? And that be it? Zip, nada, R.I.P., HWR? No, I told you. Reincarnation, baby.
Did he say reincarnation? at the end of last season? I don't remember him actually say that. Wow, he figured that out mighty quick.
And what makes you think this is the first time we've had this conversation?
You're having some problems with the temporal loom.
Scaling problem.
Scaling problem. That's what he told you? Victor told you it was a scaling problem. Wow. No. No, there's no problem.
It destroyed the TVA.
As intended.
The temporal loom is a failsafe. And the TVA, well, that's just collateral damage. No biggie. Easy to rebuild.
What a waste of time.
You're just cogs in a machine. So what is the plan? Kill himself?
Hey, you want to break the loom. What do you think would happen to your friends? I made the tough choices. That's why I get the big chair.
This is a tough choice. Loki doesn't want a throne, but he has to have one. He's got to be the guy at the end.
How do you choose who lives and who dies?
You want to hear a good story? Listen to this one. A couple of hunters went out on a mission somewhere near the Black Sea to find a variant who's going to be responsible for 5,000 deaths. There's a little hiccup. The variant is an 8-year-old boy.
Interesting. Was it Hitler?
He never hesitated, but that day, he did. He paused.
Were you that hunter, Mobius?
A couple hunters died. All because that one hunter, he lost sight of the big picture.
Is this why you're behind a desk now?
Most purpose is more burden than glory. And trust me, you never want to be the guy who avoids it because you can't live with the burden.
Even Mobius recognizes this is not a normal interrogation. Is this what he sees every time he travels?
They're outside time.
How?
He's done this a lot.
I'm out of options, Sylvie. I've tried everything.
So you have to kill me.
She pieced that together pretty quick.
Not giving you my blessing if that's what you're waiting for. It's not enough to protect the sacred timeline, Loki. Even down there, it's full of death and destruction and injustice.
Yeah, the sacred timeline isn't so sacred.
But what good is free will if everyone's dead?
And who are you to say we can't die trying?
He who remains.
He's got to be the guy to walk down the gangway. He's doing this because he misses his friends and he doesn't want to be alone. Now he's realizing he has to leave them alone. He didn't want to be the guy that's left all alone without them. He's got to be the first to go.
I know what kind of god I need to be.
No!
Okay. Hair flip, even in a dramatic moment. Oh my god. Grow the horns. You beautiful bastard. same outfit as the kid. And from the 2012 Avengers. It looked like he was aging. He's gonna connect them all. What is he finding the center where they're all connected? What the heck? What just happened? This is insane. His cloak is making up the fabric of time. This is like Return of the King. I can carry you. Golden throne. Oh my god. He's the true He Who Remains. The one who holds it all together. He really does look like the elderly version of himself sometimes when he's in these scenes. Oh, the tree! Oh. Yggdrasil. I'm like, just, there's so much that I don't know how to I don't know how to couple all this in my brain.
Let me know if you need anything.
So they maintain the tree now.
How are things going over here?
Hey, y'all. I'm Miss Minutes.
We're aware who you are.
Are we sure she won't
try to kill us all?
Yeah.
Well, don't mention that in front of her. She hadn't thought of that before.
You're leaving.
He's gonna go sell some jet skis.
I've gotta go see what exactly it is we've been
protecting
for all this time.
Let's go.
They need you in there.
This feels so sad. It's like all these people have like survivor's guilt. They've come back home from war. It's like, this is literally like the epilogue to Return of the King. Like, none of them are able to live their same lives. The Candlemaker, Victor Timely. No one gives it to him, so he just keeps making candles. Oh, she woke up at the end in the, or not at the end, in the void. Interesting. So the void is just the TVA. And Eliath is still there. I thought he died. Maybe they just bewitched him temporarily. What is he gonna do? He can't just like find a timeline that didn't have him, can he?
Well, see you around, I guess.
Where are you gonna go?
Back to McDonald's. She's gonna be a manager now, though.
Let time pass.
Tell him you're his twin brother. You got separated at birth. So he just chills here for like eternity. Oh my god. Is there anything after? Don't think so. Oh man. Holy cow. What a finale. Well, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, this feels like not just a finale, like a series finale for like the show Loki, but this feels like a finale for the character as a whole. Like this feels as though this is like Tom Hiddleston, like swan song, last appearance as Loki type thing, if that makes sense. I mean, maybe in a couple years, you know, maybe within the multiverse saga you see like a variant of Loki or like something like that. I don't know, of like him playing him again, but the vibe that I got from this is that he's done. Like, this is it. no more Tom Hiddleston as Loki. I mean, we have Sophia DiMartino, who could appear as Sylvie. She's got the same power set essentially, but the Loki we know and the Loki we've been with is done, as far as I know. And if this is it for Tom Hiddleston, like, hats off, sir. Like, arguably, like, right up there next to Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans as, like, the titular characters of the MCU, if that makes sense. Like Captain America and Iron Man have always been like the two main characters of the MCU up through Endgame, and then, you know, the other Avengers definitely made up like the core cast as well. Like Thor was a major character, Black Widow, Hulk, but like it was RDJ and Chris Evans, the two main individuals. I think, honestly, you can put Tom Hiddleston right there with the two of them as the three main characters of the entire MCU. Like the throughput from Avengers 1 all the way through Endgame and beyond for Loki is just insane. Like, he's been in it as long and longer than many of the other Avengers. RDJ and Chris Evans, they had movies come out before the Avengers. And I guess so did Loki. He was in Thor. But like, it's just, it's like he's as much of a mainstay as any one of those characters. And like, on it, weirdly, I would rank Loki as more of a main character of the MCU than Black Widow, than Hulk, than maybe Thor. I mean, him and Thor, it's tough. It's tough. They're equally. I mean, Thor's still going, so I mean, we'll see Thor again. But like, it's tough, and within the narrative of the story, it almost makes Loki the main character of the entire Marvel universe, because he's the one that's holding it all together for eternity. He is he who remains, and it's wild. Like the whole last 10 minutes of this episode, I was just at a loss for words, because I'm just watching this happen, being like, first of all, being like, what is he doing, and then also, what does this mean for like the future of the timeline? Like, because up to this point, they have been all about multiverses, variants, Kang, all these things, and now Loki is the one that's left, and he is the one who's holding it all together. Like, are there still gonna be Kang variants coming then? Because like the whole promise and setup of the Kang dynasty or whatever, I feel like came from the end of season 1, where they kill Kang, and that sets off this multiversal war, essentially, where Kang is coming. All of them are coming. But now, this feels like it negates all of that. So it's like, did they somehow write and film this like after Jonathan Majors' allegations? I don't know. Like, unless I'm mistaken, like this seemingly, like, well, I guess maybe it just negates the He Who Remains part, and the variants are still out there, because none of them are being pruned anymore. Yeah, like all the timelines are just existing together on the world tree. It's just on Idrisil. So like all those variants are still out and about doing their thing. So theoretically, I guess the Kang Dynasty stuff could still happen. It's just, this is crazy. Like, the whole first half of the episode, he's going back. He's pulling a Doctor Strange, and he is just going back in time. Except this time, he doesn't have a dark dimension god to just annoy for all of time, right? Like Doctor Strange, he wins in his first movie purely because of the fact that Dormammu was just so pissed off. This guy just kept coming back. He's like, God damn it, fine. he spent an eternity just pissing this guy off. So he finally was like, you're annoying me. I'm fine. If you want to keep your silly planet, go ahead. I don't care about it anymore. But Loki, he doesn't have a time god to argue with, right? Like, he has He Who Remains, who's seemingly seen all these options. The only option he hasn't seen is the one that Loki takes at the end. And so the only time god that Loki can argue with is himself. And it was very entertaining to watch him like keep going back, and he's like, how long will it take me to learn everything that you know about time travel and about how time works? And they're like, centuries. And then it cuts to centuries later. It's like, bro, like at this point, like even before he walks out on the gangway, this is the oldest Loki in existence, right? I mean, as far as we know, like the older version that was played by what was it, Hugh Grant that played him? He spent decades or centuries on his own, just on a planet, and then got lonely, and then got, pruned and stuff. I assume this Loki is older by the time he even walks out the gangway. But he hasn't, like, aged physically, so maybe he's not as old. I don't know. Maybe he hasn't aged physically because he keeps going back in time. Like, he's transporting his consciousness into his old body. But yeah, it was just an endlessly entertaining sequence where he's just like tweaking tiny little things here and there. He's like, all right, time to go. And he's like, don't put the thing down, it'll roll away. And he he gets it down so perfect after centuries. After centuries of trying this, he gets it down, and it doesn't work. Like the thing explodes anyway, and it's because it's a failsafe. The loom was always intended to fail. If it overloads, like if there's too many branches, the loom was always designed to essentially reset everything. He Who Remains just planned for all of it. He's like, what do you think? I'm just gonna give it, like, you think I'm just gonna give it up? Like, you think I'm just gonna willingly die here? Like, the only reason I'm letting her kill me is because I know I'm coming back. Like, he's just like, you gotta chill, bro. Like, this is a cycle. Like, you think you know stuff. I know stuff. And it's just crazy. And then the interactions between He Who Remains and Loki, where they're just having, again, a conversation of like, you gonna do what you need to do, or are you gonna just let this keep going? Like, make a choice here, bruv. Like, I got the whole thing on lock in my brain. I know what's gonna happen. I will always be in charge. Or there'll be war. Like, there's nothing you can do. And then throughout the whole episode, I was kind of thinking in my head, I'm like, he's either gonna have to kill Sylvie, like, right, like she keeps saying, kill, like, the only way you're gonna stop me is if you're gonna kill me. It's just, what is that? What, I forgot what show that was with the girl from Ozark, where she's like, if you want to stop me, you're gonna have to fucking kill me. I think I might edit that in to the edit while I'm editing this. That'll be a lot of fun. I haven't even seen that show, but I'm gonna find that clip and put it in there. But yeah, the whole episode I'm thinking, like, is he gonna have to kill her, or is the solution to kill himself? Because, like, if he removes himself from this equation, then seemingly, like, none of this continues, right? Or if he just lets it go, if he just lets all of time end, you know, what does that look like? I guess it just resets everything again. But his solution of going out there himself, like, he's immune to the effects of time, essentially. He goes out there. There was a lot of like, it almost looked like they were like almost deep faking images of Hugh Grant's face. Was it Hugh Grant? Richard E. Grant. Not Hugh Grant, Richard E. Grant. I don't know why. I got the Grant part in my head, and for some reason I was imagining Hugh Grant, but it's Richard E. Grant. It looked like they were deep faking images of Richard E. Grant's face onto Tom Hiddleston's face, because there were moments in there where it looked like he was, like, getting older, if that makes sense, and it looked remarkably like Richard E. Grant. And then so cool when he walks out there. He walks out there and the outfit forms on him, but it wasn't like his outfit from the Avengers. It was, Kid Loki, the outfit he wore. It was like that outfit, which was pretty bitchin'. So he adopts that outfit because he was a different kind of Loki. Like, that Loki is a survivor. That Loki is a good Loki. He did what he needed to do for his friends and his family, and it's just like, oh, it's tough. And then yeah, he's grabbing all the threads of time and weaving them, holding them together, and they form the tree, the Yggdrasil tree, the world tree. And now Loki is just at the heart of the universe, holding it all together. And like Sylvie said, he's given them a chance, right? If it's all gonna fail, if Loki, or if Kang is gonna keep coming anyway, and potentially destroy the universe, at least they have a fighting chance, and that's what he's given them, and he's gonna just sit there for all of eternity. He's got a throne. He kept saying he didn't want a throne, and now he has the burden of glorious purpose, right? His glorious purpose is to hold together time. And it's crazy. Like, the development of Loki from where we see him in Thor 1 to now. Like, well, even just the development before all of this, like up through Infinity War when he dies, like even all of that development was beautiful. Like, it was shocking when he died, but it was beautiful, like how far he'd come. And now the extra development of, like, he goes from being a mischievous god, you know, the god of mischief, to the god of time. and just his realization of what he needs to do, his talk with Mobius, where Mobius is like, you know, when people realize they're burdened with a purpose, it's often more burden than purpose. Like, and if you don't realize that sometimes your purpose is the burden, then all you get is the burden. It's like, oh my God. Like, Loki realizes that it is his burden to hold it all together. And he goes, talks to Sylvie as well, and he's like, what do I do? She's like, well, I'm not going to give you permission to kill me. Like, so, that sucks. I'm not going to do that. And he's just like, you know what? All right. It's got to be him. Someone else might get it wrong. Man, this show is top tier. Like, put Michael Waldron in charge of everything, bro. Like, he's so good. And so much of this is carried on the back of Tom Hiddleston. Like I said, you replace Tom Hiddleston with a different actor for Loki, and none of this works. None of it. Like, you couldn't. I don't know if you could put Chris Hemsworth, like, if you switch the roles, because I know Tom Hiddleston initially auditioned for Thor, which is, like, thinking about it, it's like, why would they ever consider him for Thor? But, like, if you switched Chris Hemsworth for Tom Hiddleston, I don't think it works at all. Like, I don't know. I don't think Chris Hemsworth is the same caliber of actor. I don't think Mark Ruffalo or Scarlett Johansson or, you know, Jeremy Renner, I don't think any of them are, like, the same caliber actor as Tom Hiddleston. RDJ, like, he can be. Most of the time he's not, but sometimes he can be. Like, in Oppenheimer, incredible. Like, sometimes the performances he puts on is absurdly talented. Chris Evans, he can be. I've seen him in some stuff like Snowpiercer. Like, he's so good. He's so good. But, like, weirdly, I don't know if there's anyone, like, almost nobody in the MCU that is a major player stacks up in terms of caliber of actor, at least of what we've seen them display in the MCU. So it's, like, kind of crazy if this is the swan song for Tom Hiddleston. But yeah, I mean, as far as we know, there is not a season 3 planned, from what I've heard. You know, I think they interviewed one of the showrunners, either Michael Waldron or someone else, and I think he said they always envisioned this as like a 2-chapter book. You know, season 1 is 1 chapter, and then this is the next chapter, and they don't have any plans for the future regarding this particular story. So, maybe that is just, like, political speak of, like, hey, they can't say anything right now. Where they're, you know, when actors are like, I don't know what's coming, like I haven't heard anything. It's like, shut up, you liar. Like, these answers felt more real and substantive than the typical, like, I haven't been told what happens, even though they've filmed all their stuff. But some of it might come down to what is going to happen with Jonathan Majors. like presumably all of this season and all of Loki season 1 and season 2 was planned alongside the grand plans for the Kang Dynasty and the big Avengers movies that are coming. And so this seemingly plays into those plans. But if that all gets derailed, because I know the trial is coming up soon, if he's convicted and they're like, you know what, we're done, like, you're gone, do they recast him? Do they pivot to Doctor Doom? From what I've heard, that's a substantial possibility that they pivot to Doctor Doom. Does that affect the plans for a season 3 of Loki or beyond? Because I would love to see more of Loki, but honestly, if this is the last we see of Tom Hiddleston as Loki and the character of Loki in general, went out with a bang. Like, technically he's not ever dead. Like any other project we see in the MCU, we can technically know that Loki's there holding that timeline together at the center of Yggdrasil, at the center of the world tree. It's called Yggdrasil. I was gonna be so embarrassed if I've been calling it Yggdrasil the whole time and it's not called that. That would have been woo. Good thing I didn't screw that up. But yeah, like, technically Loki will be in the background of all of the rest of the MCU, just holding it all together. But at the same time, he's gone. Like, it's done. And if so, Tom Hiddleston, thank you for your service, sir. Like, it has been a pleasure. It has been a pleasure and a half to watch you perform as this character, and all the different ranges of the character you have been. Thank you. It's been amazing. And yeah, I don't know, that, like, the end of this episode, honestly, it felt like the epilogue of Return of the King, like the book, where Mobius is Frodo in this case, where he's like, you know what, I can't go back to the TVA. Like, I gotta go do my own thing, go to the end of the world. Like, they're all, it's I mean, well, not exactly Return of the King, but it's all the stories that you've ever watched where all, like, a group of people trauma bonds, and there's always one person, one or two people who suffer a little bit more, right? Like, they go through a little bit more than the rest of the people, and when they come back and the fight is won and everyone starts to go back to their everyday lives, or like the next meaningful step in their lives, there's always the one person who's like, I can't, like, this isn't me anymore. Like, I don't know how to go back. I can't go back. Frodo saying, I can't go back. Like, I'm done. We saved the Shire, but not for me, right? Loki is the one that sacrificed himself, and Mobius is the one who can't continue the journey. And all the rest of the hobbits, they got to go back to the Shire and live their lives and maintain the world tree. But man, I don't know what else to say. This was amazing. Like, I feel like I can't just talk about this season or the show as a whole, if that makes sense. Like, most other shows, like the finales of shows, I feel like I can talk about, like, hey, this show as a whole was amazing. For this, I literally have to talk about the entire journey of this character through, like, 18 movies. How many movies has Loki been in? I think like 10. No, not 10. He hasn't been in 10 movies. He's been in a lot of movies. Thor 1, Thor 2, Avengers, Infinity War. Like, he's been in a lot. Thor 3, like 7 or 8 films at this point that Loki has been in, and then 2 seasons of this show. Like, you're talking about the entirety of the character across the whole MCU, not just these 2 seasons of the show. So it feels like a eulogy. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. The show is amazing. Easily the best. It's easily the best Marvel, Disney Plus Marvel show that has come out. I think it's probably better than all of the Netflix ones, other than maybe season 1 of Daredevil, or like first half season 2 of Daredevil, and it is technically better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. holds a special place in my heart of just like what it means to me emotionally, because I went through a lot of life during Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and so I hold that very close to my heart. I get a little emotional even just thinking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., honestly. But compared to everything else, I think Loki stands head and shoulders above all of it. And stands head and shoulders above most of the characters in the MCU. So if this is all we get, it's been a hell of a ride. I think that's all I gotta say about this, though. Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I would love to hear everything you guys gotta say about it. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, helps my channel grow. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider either joining YouTube memberships or supporting me on Patreon. Those are both linked below. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.